pretty good right now, and I'm actually enjoying it. But man,
I know there's just so
at
much
least I didn't
shittiness
pay
around
for
it.
it.
Well, that makes it better. Dragon Ball FighterZ has revealed their first original character, and don't worry, she was designed by series creator Akira Toriyama. Android 21 has been revealed to have an intellect nearly on par with Dr. Gero himself, though we know little else about her at this point.
She looks really cool. She's got red hair, and she's really sexy.
I want to know where she came from, because
I
Dr.
was
Gero was Android 20 and he died.
She's not in the anime then? Like,
no, she's a game original.
Fighter?
Yep.
She's an original for the game. I'm glad that they got Toriyama to do it. Then again, he'll do pretty much anything if you throw a bag of money at him at this point.
Do you think that we'll end up seeing her in any of the? Are there any?
We could end up
Dragon
seeing her
Balls
in
currently going
Super.
right now. Yeah,
in Super, I don't know. Like, given what's going on in Super right now, I don't know where Android 21 would fit in. Like, there's already two Android, like 17 and 18 are.
It's
characters.
a long lost triplet of the two of them.
Bro. This is Dragon Ball that we're talking about.
I was going to say,
know.
do they need like really good reason to bring new characters in? I didn't
Sure
realize.
don't.
No.
No.
So
No,
what's
they,
hold on?
they
What's
do
the
not.
point of like adding a brand new fighter to Dragon Ball's Fighter Z? Like,
Yeah, it's not like they don't have enough.
Isn't the whole point of like playing a Dragon Ball Z fighting game is to play as Dragon Ball Z characters?
Well, she's a character.
Yeah, no, she's an original character.
Yeah.
Don't you want to play as the like Goku and Vegetars and all the other guys?
I mean, that's, that's not a bad point. There are so many fucking Dragon Ball characters out there that are not already in the game that it feels like, why would you go to the trouble of
But see,
finding
Lloyd has
new
a
one?
good point that like there's always a tournament series in like every arc, so they're gonna have some tournament from another world, and she'll be from that place.
No, they're doing that arc right now where they're fighting from all 11 universes.
What if she shows up from that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we do have like Frieza's clone from another universe and Frieza fighting in this tournament.
That is so dumb.
If Android 18 and 19 fusion in
No, stop. Don't.
That would be like Android
don't
like
ruin it.
35.
Android 19 is that big clown fat guy.
Do not ruin 18 for me, please.
17 and 18 are the brother and sister.
Listen. If you're saying that fusion ruins characters, Nika, I hate to break it to
Android
you.
18 is my favorite character. Please don't but 19 is the big fat clown one.
Yes,
that's what I was saying. Like, no, do not merge 18 and 19.
That
please.
actually, that would be really funny. Let's do that.
No,
crazy.
No.
There was a thing that they had going on for a while where there was I don't remember which Dragon Ball game it was, but it had fusion in it, so you could fuse your characters, and I believe you could fuse 19 with a bunch of characters.
There you
What?
go.
Ugh,
Stupid.
absolutely.
I think the worst part about Dragon Ball is the fact that DBZ Abridged is on hiatus. That just makes me sad.
It's
I
hard,
think
isn't it?
They'd probably have a field day with Super too. I wonder.
They would have a great time with Super. Actually, maybe not. Super's already really dumb on its own.
They
I'm
don't
not
need
sure
any
what
help.
you can do to it. Like, I watch it, but I'm not happy about it.
I mean, did you watch the original Dragon Ball Z? It was also
I
pretty
did.
dumb.
Yeah,
It
see,
was
that's-
also
Going
pretty
back
dumb.
and watching the original now, you can see like as a kid we thought it was the coolest thing ever, but it's not.
That's kind of the thing. Is like I was watching Super,
It's
and
really not.
I was watching.
It knows it too.
Yeah, no, I'm watching the arc where now it's got like Trunks is back and doing stuff, and I'm like, Toriyama, you don't care anymore, do you? And then
No.
you go back and watch Dragon Ball, you're like, oh, you never cared at one point ever.
Actually, the original Dragon Ball was a bit better than Dragon Ball Z.
I
Like,
disagree.
In
I like
terms
Dragon
of
Ball Z more.
pacing and in terms of character development, I feel like it was a bit better.
Callie, I'm on board. I don't
like
think
Z
he ever.
more.
I don't think he ever cared. I
No, he
don't
didn't
think
care ever, at
I
any
don't think
point.
he ever cared.
Like literally, he got to Dragon Ball Z, and they're like, "Hey, we want you to make more." He's like, "No, I want to make a space alien one." He's like, "You can do that. It's just got to be called Dragon Ball Z." He's like, "Ugh." All right, well, whatever. Goku's an alien now, and they're like, "Fine, make us more money," and they did. Do you know how many the Cell Saga? Do you know what that was actually like? 19 and 20 were supposed to be the end of the Android Saga.
Yep.
They were actually supposed to be the bad guys, and then his editors came and said, "They look dumb. You need to make someone cooler." So he made 17 and 18 instead.
18 is my favorite, so I will never criticize
Well,
that.
it worked out for you then because they made 17 and 18, and they said, "Yeah, they're cool, but they're not cool enough. You need to make something cooler than that." And so he made Cell, and they're like, "Yeah, this'll work," and that's where the Cell Saga came from.
This'll work.
And then
Is he chained to a radiator during his whole
Yes, he's been chained to a radiator for the last 20 years.
And then they took an entire dump truck of money and backed it up to his house and said, make the Majin Buu saga. He's like, okay,
And he's like, all right, I guess.
fine.
And then so then Super came.
Why
around,
else would you do it? Because he said, like, dude, after Frieza it was supposed to be done, after Cell it was supposed to be done, and came back, he did Majin Buu.
They only
mean,
talked
like-
him into keep going after Frieza because they're like, well, you started this kind of arc with Gohan, you don't want to finish it, and he's like, well, I do. All right, I'll come back. And then they're like, all right, yeah, now with Majin Buu, you need to make Gohan suck again. He's like, what? So
Yeah, that really bothered me that Gohan had actually built so strong and he was going to be the next Goku basically. And then,
Yeah.
then in
Nope.
the Cell saga, he's reduced to not, I mean, in the Buu saga, he's reduced
they
to
finally
nothing.
made Gohan not
Spoilers.
suck against Super. He's pretty decent now. He's okay.
When does Gohan become Saiyaman?
In the Buu
in the
saga.
Buu saga.
Is that it? Okay, yeah, that's
So
when he
it's
does
after
officially
that-
suck.
It's the time skip. So they beat Cell and then there's the time skip. And I just feel like there's, because they were always saying about how, the half Saiyans have more power because the power works differently. So like, why would he lose that power? I don't.
It's dumb.
Yeah,
Fucking
don't
Dragon
worry.
Ball. Why are we trying to pick apart Dragon Ball? It doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Toriyama doesn't make it bother to make sense.
No,
so
he just
why
wants
should
to have
we?
another Super Sentai Force in every series. And don't you worry, there is one now in Dragon Ball Super. The Pride Troopers, they're here. They're
The
great.
Pride Troopers?
Oh yeah, that's a thing that's happening right now.
Wow.
Are you
Okay.
actually keeping current on Super?
I am. I watch it every
I
time
have
it
not.
comes
I
out.
plan
Oh
on
my
at some
God.
point, but I have not.
I got a
So,
Crunchyroll subscription.
pretty
I'm using it for
impressive.
something.
Callie. It's pretty
In
good.
relation to the Cell saga and the
Yeah.
Frieza saga and Dragon Ball T Super,
Mhm.
how does that relate to the card game that's currently going on?
Evolution.
Yes.
I
Where
have no
does the
idea.
lore come in?
The lore of this picks up at the end of. It's at the end of the Buu saga is where this picks
No,
up.
no, the card game.
I have no idea. I don't play that card game.
Well, I mean,
I collected a bunch of them when I was a kid. I still
No,
have them.
and
but-
I
Nika,
can't
they
figure out
remade
why
the
you're
card
trying to
game.
answer him.
There's a new card game for it now.
Wait, there's a new card game that's
Mhm.
separate from the original card game.
It's a new run of it, and it is supposedly it can interact with the old version. I don't know. I haven't
Oh
touched
my
it.
God.
Stop it.
Callie.
Stop
okay,
it.
okay, but the card
You
game
need
lore
to
is
ignore.
really important for me in every card game because I like to role play as I'm playing all the card games.
I'm pretty sure the
Like,
Dragon
you
Ball Z.
actually don't like doing that because I ruined the original WoW card game for
That
you
was
doing
before.
The
Oh,
original Dragon Ball Z card game didn't fit in the lore. It was just like, here's all the characters, play with them. I didn't think there was actually lore that mattered with the card game.
It screwed a
That-
lot of
that's-
things up
that's
because
an
it put
amateur
power
thing.
levels on everyone.
that.
Never
That
mind,
is
these
what
don't make
amateur
any
things
sense.
do.
I mean, just like how some of the Broly movies don't fit into the timeline either. They're just there. A lot of the movies don't fit in the timeline.
None of the movies are canon.
They're just
None.
there. Yeah.
None,
None of them.
zero of them are. Although now we do have a legendary Super Saiyan
I
in
think
the
I'm
canon.
pretty sure History of Trunks is pretty canon, but
No, none of them are canon.
yeah, it is. It's totally canon.
Actually, no, she might be right about that. History of Trunks might be. But I
Oh.
don't know. I don't know if that's considered.
because it's only in like his past time and it ends.
no,
Like,
but I
when
think
he comes
I-
to the present day.
The
Isn't
canon
that t-
version of it is what they showed in the actual episodes where he goes back to his time and you see what he faced.
No, that's
No.
the canon
different.
version.
No,
No. When he goes back to his time, that's when he
Yeah.
defeats everything at the end.
Right.
Like this
Right.
History of Trunks is literally what caused him to go back and try to save Goku from the heart virus. in
from the
place.
first time. Yeah.
Right, I
no, and
remember.
that
And,
is.
it ends the second that he like sees Goku. Like as the credits are rolling, you're seeing clips from the anime when he meets Goku.
Right.
So like
Um,
I
it
remember.
leads up to that point.
I don't know. Toriyama's usually been pretty steadfast that none of the movies are canon. Maybe that's an exception. I
I'm
don't know.
pretty.
That is-
I feel
hang
like
on.
History of Trunks has got to be.
Shut the fuck up. I think technically that's an OVA.
Oh,
I think technically that was
Really?
it was broken into I think 3 episodes.
okay. Then that's fair.
Oh, really?
But
so
yeah.
I don't think they actually I don't think in terms of like the movies versus the series that they technically classify that as a part of the movies.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
I've never heard that.
I was excited because we did it in Super. We now have a legendary Super Saiyan. One of the Saiyans from Universe 6 can turn into it. And it's pretty funny because she's like fucking ripped when she turns into
Wait,
it.
it's a
She's still-
girl?
it's a
There's
girl
girl Super
Saiyan.
Saiyans now?
There's 2 girl Saiyans in Universe 6.
Oh
Where
my
the
gosh.
hell have you been, Nika?
These
I have
fucking
not been up on Super.
feminazis are infiltrating all parts of my
Well-
favorite weeaboo culture, and I hate it.
Because I was always so pissed off that I mean
Where's
I know
my Pepe frog?
I know GT has been completely like retconned also, but I was so
Yes.
mad during GT that like Pan was the main character and she was never a Super Saiyan. It was
Yeah,
stupid.
no,
I was
Pan
like,
sucked.
why are girls not Super Saiyans? So that makes me happy.
Because
to
they're
hear.
Super Saiyan, which sounds like men. They're not Super was Saiyans.
What? That sounds like
What?
wussies. What are you talking about?
No, they did have her become the legendary Super Saiyan, and it's great because she still
I'm-
hates Goku.
Super happy about that. Oh,
And
Right,
it
see,
makes
Chris,
no
it's not enough
sense.
they finally have Wonder Woman. Now they need Saiyans too.
Right? You
God.
have one. That's all you need.
no, at least Android 18 was pretty badass, but
And
Boy,
she's great in this
Frieza sure was really bad at wiping out all the Saiyans, wasn't he?
Yeah, Frieza was awful at it and very bad at wiping out the Namekians. So
he tried his best, guys.
did
All
he?
I know is that the Frieza deck and its controlling manner is just way too
Oh
overpowered.
my god, I'm literally
Goku
gonna
just never
fucking
has
kill
a
you.
chance because he's just a straight fighter.
Anyway, so if you've been living under a rock, you may have missed that the Fallout 4 Creation Club has been going over like a lead balloon.